Hey guys, today we've got another little doohickey which could really up your coffee game. This is the Fellow Prismo, and you can pick it up for around £20 or $25. Let's take a look. Okay, so the Prismo is an attachment for your AeroPress. They say it's a pressure actuated valve which allows for a build-up of pressure to brew espresso-style coffee with that recognisable crema, and it creates a no-drip seal for recipes which normally require the inverted AeroPress method. They say it can also be used for things like full immersion, cold brews, iced teas, Americanos and more. It comes with a metal filter inside to eliminate the need for any more paper filters. Now I know metal filters can be a little divisive. Some side with them for their eco-credentials, but others prefer the taste of those crisp little paper circles. Let's get this box open and see what the Fellow Prismo actually is. Okay, so here we go, the diddy little box for the Fellow Prismo. We got some instructions on the back here, but there is an instruction manual inside, I think. So let's just crack it open. Again, on the top flap there, we've got the 1, 2, 3 instructions: lock and load, add the grounds, and the final push. Now this is a really nifty little thing. That's Christmas. Okay, 2 parts come with this one. You've got the actual Fellow Prismo, the valve here, which just clips on the bottom of your AeroPress, replaces the filter paper holder that you would usually clip in the bottom. And then this. It's the metal filter engraved with Fellow, which is pretty smart, with a rubber seal around it. It's a little bit bendy. I guess you can get completely rigid ones. This is pretty neat actually. It's a nice little put together thing. This is really nicely made, kind of cast plastic, and then this just sits in here, and as I said, it clips into the bottom of your AeroPress. Also in the box we've got a little guide here, so that's how to make the espresso style coffee, and then some safety notes and use instructions. So what I thought we'd do is whip up an espresso with it, and then also do a bit of a blind taste test between a normal AeroPress espresso and a normal inverted method espresso. So let's get brewing. Okay, so I'm just going to run through briefly how you make one with this. As you can probably guess, it's pretty straightforward, but their guide for the espresso says you need the freshest possible coffee, heat your water up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, clip on this, including the filter inside, to the bottom of your AeroPress, and add in 20 grams of coffee with 50 ml of water. That's really not much water. That's going to blow your head off. Stir vigorously for 20 seconds, agitate the grounds, and then wait a minute and give it a final push. Now, as I said, this has the kind of added benefit of being a no drip filter, so you can basically brew whatever you want in here, carry it around, and it's not going to start firing out there until you add the pressure of the plunge. So, as I said, let's give it a try. So for the purpose of the blind taste test, we're going to be using Taylor's Lazy Sunday. It's a 3 roast, gentle and easygoing ground coffee. It's kind of my everyday go-to coffee. I know it well, but probably not well enough in espresso form. I usually top it up to make an Americano, fill up the AeroPress chamber to the top, using the inverted method, and then flip it and plunge it. To make sure it's a blind taste test, I'm not actually going to make these ones. I'm going to get my partner to do it and put it in 3 different receptacles. She's going to then note it down, and we'll see which one's best at the end. Okay, so we have our 3 delicious espressos in front of us, 2 with the AeroPress, 1 that's been inverted with the AeroPress, and one of them is with this little Fellow Prismo. A few more little notes on this, how it's put together. There's a tiny little aperture on the front. That's where the coffee is focused through, so you can use it on much, much smaller espresso cups or glasses. It promises that it's easy to clean up, and this filter stops any sludge. I've made quite a few of these throughout the week, and I think it's a nightmare to clean up. The puck doesn't really come away from the filter very well, and any accessory for the AeroPress that takes away from that joy of how easy it is to tidy up afterwards is pretty detrimental to me. But maybe I'm doing it wrong, maybe I just need a bit more practice, but to me it's a bit of a pain to clean up. Anyway, enough about the boring stuff. Let's try the coffee. Visually they all look exactly the same. Swirling them around, yeah, they've all got a similar look, slight kind of staining, nice like really strong colour to them all the way through. There isn't any kind of watered down one amongst the 3. All the same amount of water, all the same amount of coffee in each one. Obviously one with the normal AeroPress method the right way up, that would have started to drip through before you could let it, steep for a minute or so. So maybe that one's going to be weaker, but I don't know. Let's try. Okay, so this is the first one. Yeah, nice aroma, nice and rich, dark fruits, cranberries, berries, things like that. Red currants. Let's give it a taste. Okay, so really strong. But not too bitter, really nice and smooth. That's a delicious espresso. Yeah, a little bit tart. There's not an overpowering bitterness. There's no kind of unpleasant smokiness there. It's really nicely balanced. Dark chocolate, cranberries. Okay, first one's pretty good. Let's see what the second one's like. Similar aroma, perhaps a little bit smokier than the other one. A bit less kind of sweet fruit or chocolate. Oh wow. Okay, that is super fruity, much more bitter. It tastes more full-bodied, but you're really, it's kind of hairs on your chest, really, really strong. In comparison to the first one, which seemed super mellow, this is kind of blow your head off. Again, nice flavors, but perhaps just that little bit too strong and too intense. And finally, the third one. This one's beautiful dark chocolate aroma, really nice and sweet, not too much fruit. Oh, a little bit vinegary, quite sharp. Almost feels like there's quite a rough texture to it. Like I'm kind of drinking through a little bit that's maybe come through a filter. There's some graininess there. I'm not blown away by that one. It's quite strong, but it's not really delivering much of the flavour like the second one was. It's just a bit bitter, vinegary and unpleasant. It's lost any fruit sweetness, it's lost any lovely rich roasted chocolate. It's kind of just picking all the worst parts of all the flavour groups. So I've had to order them. This last one would unfortunately be last. And then I'd probably put in the middle the one I had first, lovely and mellow. Not really what I'm looking for from an espresso. And then finally this one here, the second one that I had. Lovely balance, really nice texture, but just perfect balance of the chocolate, the fruit, not too smoky, not too sharp. Perfect for me. That's what I want in my espresso. That has done the coffee proud. So I'm going to show on the screen which one's which. So there we go. I'm going to now find out for myself. Okay, so the Fellow Prismo really didn't do well for me. I put that one right at the bottom, behind the AeroPress, even behind the normal AeroPress method, which was this middle one here. What can I say about the AeroPress inverted method is, it's just genius. It's what I'm used to. I love it. It must have I think it had the best of both worlds. It had that time to brew, had about a minute going after stirring, which the middle one didn't. But I don't know why these two were so different. Maybe their kind of recommended measurements are a bit off. Maybe I need to tweak it a little bit more. 20 grams of coffee to 50 ml of water. That's a pretty intense ratio, especially when you're firing something under pressure like this. So I'm going to give it a bit of a tweak. But I think the best thing about it is the non-drip seal line. The most cumbersome part about doing an inverted AeroPress method is, it can be messy, you can get it so wrong, it can explode on you, you can flip it upside down and you're already warming up the mug. But this, it just holds it all in place. It just seems a little bit more formal and proper. I feel like the inventor of the AeroPress didn't really want people flipping it upside down, and this way it holds it all in, and then when you're ready to plunge, you can plunge. But I think I just need to get the measurements tweaked a little bit before I can truly vouch for the Fellow Prismo. But I definitely give it a go. It seems like a fun accessory to have. It's also nice as well that it comes with that metal filter. I know metal filters on their own can be quite pricey, so this is quite a good way of getting a decent, nice and small AeroPress accessory and getting a metal filter as well. So give it a go and let us know what you thought of the Fellow Prismo. Thanks for watching.